The floor, Mr. Verhofstadt first.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Within a few weeks, we will all go to Italy. I'll go to Italy for the 60th anniversary of the Treaty of Rome, and often described as a big success and as a big leap forward. In fact, it was the outcome, dear colleagues, of nearly 10 years of negotiations, of debates between the leaders of most of the Western European states, leaders who wanted to build up at that time, as we all know, a united Europe after the atrocities of the Second World War. And it started all, as we know, with the historical speech of Winston Churchill at the University of Zurich in 1946. And a year later, in 1947, in Albert Hall in London, Churchill, the British bulldog, made it very clear what he wanted. He said, and I quote him, "I present the idea of a united Europe in which our country, Britain, will play a decisive part as a member of the European family." Moreover, Churchill, and it's good to remember that, against the Prime Minister of that time, Attlee, wanted Britain even to participate in the European steel and coal community. But he lost the vote in the British Parliament with 309 against 296. A small difference, I should say. Indeed, dear colleagues, it's good to remember, at that time, Tories were openly pro-European. And now, more than 60 years later, I think, and we think, that with this report, the European Union needs also a profound reform again. Because let's face the reality, our union is in crisis. Our European Union doesn't have a lot of friends, not at home, and certainly also not abroad. And the union doesn't deliver anymore. It's always too little, too late. And that is, in my opinion, the reason why many people and many citizens are angry in Europe. They are not against Europe, they are against a union that doesn't deliver the right results, that is not capable, for example, to find the right answers to the refugee crisis, that is not capable to give answers to the migration flows, that is not capable to break down the economic stagnation after the financial crisis of 2008. People are not against Europe, they want more Europe to face these challenges. But they are critical, that's true, towards the way the European Union works today. And that's the reason for these three reports, Mr. President. Brexit, Trump, Putin. I think that there are reasons enough to reform our European Union and to do it in a very profound way. And that's the reason why these three reports, but because you have to see them together as one package, want to do three things, in fact. First of all, we want to create a more efficient union. For example, by slimming down the Commission, by ending Europe à la carte, by, in fact, also creating a single seat for the European Parliament. We want a more democratic union also, by reforming the European elections, by expanding the process of the Spitzenkandidaten, by also reforming and turning the European Council in what we call a Council of States. Besides the European Parliament, we, the representatives of the citizens. And furthermore, we want also a stronger union, a better protection for the civil liberties in the union, a union with and a Eurozone with a government, with a fiscal capacity, with a finance minister, with own resources, with a convergence code, with conditionality. So I think that these reports, Mr. President, give a good blueprint of what is necessary for the future. And that is not a battle between the European Union on the one hand and the nation states on the other hand. No, Europe needs both. We propose in these reports also a green card, for example, for the national parliaments, like also a right of initiative for this European Parliament and for the European Council. Once these reports are adopted, I hope on Thursday, what's the way forward? I think there is one way forward. That is to present and to propose to the European Commission, Mr. Vice President, and also to the European Council, to start an interinstitutional reflection exercise on this. And we can better do it together. We have a good experience with the Monti report on the own resources. Why do not do the same? And that is not a luxury, dear colleagues, these reports. It's an absolute necessity. Thank you.